And so many memories, because I don't.
Dick, who's your favorite?
This is probably tough for me. I did not cry a tear. I thought for sure I would at the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame and in the College Hall of Fame. I don't know what's hit me today. I've been crying. I'm so because I realized when I walked here tonight, I reflected as soon as I came in the building. My first appearance, came here from New Jersey, didn't know anybody in Detroit, never been in Detroit other than a day. I came for the interview, got the job, met with Mike O'Hara and Charlie Vincent and the writers in Bob Calihan's office. I was like a lost soul, really. Didn't know it. Didn't know anyone. And the city was so good to me. Without the university, but without Carrie mentioned me, I had no idea. She mentioned me, Terry Tyler's here tonight. I know he lives in New Mexico, and John Long, and I haven't seen those guys in a while. I'm telling you guys, I'm taking back what is big time. First of all, and Carrie knows this, when she called me, I told her I don't deserve this honor. I really don't. I've only coached here 4 years. But as Frank Beckman said, he set a standard. And she made it very clear to me. I'm so sorry for being so emotional. She made it very clear to me that it was based on my career, not on what I just did here as a coach. And I told her if that's the case, and she knows, and I said I will go along with it. But I can't tell you, this has hit me more than any award that I've received. I don't know why. I really don't. I know there would be no Dickie V. There'd be no ESPN. There would be no Hall of Fame. There would be no the financial rewards I've had in my life. I would have the things that have happened. I've been so blessed. Places I go, people I meet. I mean, just this year alone. And if it wasn't TV, it doesn't happen. Meeting the president, meeting the Pope out in Italy. I mean, all of this is because of what this university did for me. It gave me a key and an opportunity. I'd like to think I took advantage of it, but it was so beautiful. I came here at a tough time. I think I told you on the phone when I came here, people told me it was impossible for you to get people to come out to the arena. There were all kinds of racial problems in that era. Time magazine cover, Detroit murder capital of the world, walking in, recruiting players and other schools, sending them copies of the magazine. And to deal with all that, yet we kept fighting and working. I had an incredible staff. I can't say enough about the loyalty of a David Gaines, how he got me in the city. In fact, people, he's this funny as heck. David and I used to go to all the clubs, and he'd take me into Willie Horton's and Joe Strada's, and you know, he'd call it, people call it salt and pepper, man. Here comes salt and pepper. In fact, one time we were going in a restaurant, we walked in, somebody goes, "There's the narcs, man. Those two guys are narc guys." I mean, and I've had so many great memories. Mike Brunker, a young 22-year-old guy, worked at St. Cecilia, who I hired. I used to live there. Sam Washington, God bless him up in heaven. His son called me the other day, said he's coming out here today. Sam used to say, "I got a bed here, man." Dickie V used to sleep at St. Cecilia. These guys flying all over the country. I just go to St. Cecilia, shirts and skins. I watch them play. I'm sitting there like in awe. I'm one great player after another. Guys that, you know, who were graduates of college, when you watch, they say Campy Russell and George Gervin. And you watch the skins and you're shaking your head. And all of that was just unbelievable. And when I told him, I'll never forget my first team meeting, Laval Perry always reminds me of it. Laval was a terrific leader as a person. I knew he'd make it big, and he has in the corporate world. But he always remembers our first team meeting. I walked in. I'll never forget this meeting. I walked in. I looked at the guys sitting there. I said, "Guys, first of all, number one, you take your hats off. You understand? If you don't want to be with us, that's your prerogative. But things are going to change. As of today, I'm telling you now, we're going to be a special program. If you don't want to be part of it, there's the door. Good night, goodbye. I will find 12 kids that want to play in a city that have in the stands executives from General Motors, Chrysler, Ford. Your goal in life should be when you go to college, I want a better life. What better place to get a better life if you're a local store than getting your name in a headline in the Free Press and the news? And I remember that meeting. I remember telling guys, my goal is here, one thing. They tell me we can't get people here. I said, the coach before me did a good job. Jim Harney was a good coach. He knew basketball, but they weren't drawn. That's why he hired me, to draw and to bring people. And we're going to get people here. I said, fellas, trust me. One day we're going to walk in this gym, and there's going to be a sign, sold out. That was my goal, and it was a great feeling to see that happen. And to see people coming out, getting here early, getting excited. But it wasn't easy. It was 24-hour basketball marathons. It was Titan toddlers, little kids. We brought in every Sunday. I had my staff. My staff, their job was on Sunday, put the kids through a clinic. Call them Titan toddlers. If they showed up, elementary school kids, free tickets for our game. Then I would address the kids. All those things led to us getting interest, giving tickets away. And then, obviously, if you give, my feeling was in Detroit, I didn't care. I remember one time, they said you couldn't get people to come back from the summer. I said, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I went to the Olympic, what's it called, where the Red Wings used to play. Olympia Stadium, right? I went there, Frank Sinatra was there. I saw Sinatra there, and I looked at the place was filled, people coming back. You give them a product, people are gonna come back. And people came back, because we had a product. It was exciting to see Terry play, and Duron with his jump shot. So sad to hear he had surgery, and I just called it in, he can't make it, but John Long, and I mean, we had some good kids, Mark McCormick, Kevin Cassettas, I mean, Wilbur Rosses, all those guys, man, they busted their back. I really felt in my heart, I know this is crazy to say, we were that close to being a national championship team. That close. When I saw Butler and Amadou. You say, well, how? Well, 1977, we won 21 in a row, and I will never forget my buddy Larry Donald, God bless him up in heaven from Basketball Times. I remember I'm in the locker room, and we're on cloud 9, we won our 20th in a row. And he comes over as I'm getting ready to leave the locker to meet with the media. He said, my friend, you better win Wednesday. Because if you don't win Wednesday, you can forget about the NCAA tournament. I said, give me a break. I'll never, we got Margaret, not Margaret, remember friendly, because I used to love that. I said, you gotta be kidding me. We got 20 in a row. You're telling me we gotta beat Marquette in Milwaukee to get an NCAA? He said, yeah, they're gonna take two major independents. And the two major independents are Notre Dame and Marquette. Now, if you beat them, you create a problem. So I'll never forget what I did with the team. They were nervous, I was nervous, and I was trying to break the tension. I'll never forget this. As we're over at the hotel, I said to them, I said, guys, I am so confident. I mean, I said, I'm so confident we're beating them tonight on their floor, Butch Lee and them, that I'm going to dance. I am going to dance at the end of the game, center court, with the cheerleaders, and you guys get in a circle, and I will do a little disco dip. And they start laughing. And we start laughing. I forgot all about that. Then his boy will be here tonight, hits the jump shot at the buzzer before I could screw something up and call a timeout. I'm getting up as we stole the ball. They were up 1. I remember the play vividly. They were up 1. We had changed defenses. We trapped the basketball, popped it loose. We got the ball with, I don't know, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And Dennis flew up top of the key. Bam! He sticks the J. We win by 1. And all the players and chicks come running over me. I forgot. Time to dance, man. You said you were going to dance. And they're having like a fool. ESPN is showing that tonight. They told me they got a video. They are showing that at halftime of me doing a little dance in center court with all the cheerleaders. And, you know, and then we took so much out of Michigan. I mean, we really did. It was an emotional game. My kids used to always say, I'll never forget this as well. All year long, all I kept hearing from our team, Coach, we're better than Michigan. We got to play Michigan. Why can't we play Michigan? I said, well, not in our schedule, so let's not talk about Michigan. They're number 1 in the country. We can't get them on the schedule. We had beaten them my first year here when they had the great run. They had, I think the Raymond Britt, my Britt's a long time ago. Campanella Russell, I think, was on that team. and we beat them at our place here, and then I couldn't get on my schedule. And so finally, when I looked at the pairings, I said, oh my God, what will I tell the team if they get to the Sweet 16? So I remember calling the team together, telling them we're in the tournament. I said, guys, I'm telling you, all I've been hearing you bitch, moan, complain. How much you want to play Michigan? Well, you want to play it? You got a chance. You got a chance for it. Take a look at here. Well, that game changed my life. I'm going to tell you how the game changed my life. You know, certain things happen, may happen in your career, it's my senior. Some things happen in your career that are really an unbelievable moment. Getting the Detroit job to me, till this day, he had denied it till he died, and I know he helped me. I was in a locker room. I was real good friends with Willis Reed, played for the Knicks. Willis and I ran a basketball game for a little youngster who lost his legs and his arm while I was a high school coach. Willis helped me get all the great players to play in the game in the summer. We gave all the money to the youngster's family. The kid was named Sammy Davis after the entertainer. Got pinned on a railroad track where we lived in New Jersey. Anyway, I said, no, I'm in the Knick locker room. Dave the Busher walks by. Towel around him, go look at the shower. I always admired his toughness and he's a coach's dream. Play hard, never have to worry about motivating him. So I said, Willis, I'd love to meet Dave the Busher. I said, no problem. He said, David, come over here. I'll never forget, David comes walking over, he's got his towel around, shake hands like this. I said, Dick Vitale, and he said, you know, small, what do you do? I said, well, I'm looking for a job right now. I said, our head coach resigned at Rutgers, and he says, just like this, he goes, why don't you apply at my school, man? They're looking for a coach. So Willis Reed says to him, I'll never forget, Willis says, hey, Dave, why don't you call for him? He's a real good guy, man. He's great with kids. He goes, all that stuff. I forget about that. I mean, that's small talk. He goes, takes a shower. I go home. About a week later, the phone rings. This is not a true story. God bless me on my children. Phone call rings. Hey, Dick, this is Bob Calihan, University of Detroit. You've been highly recommended. We want you to fly out tomorrow for an interview. We'd like to talk to you. I thought it was a joke. My wife is here. She can tell you this. Lorraine, where are you, hon? Where's my wife? Come over here. Come here. My wife can tell you this. We always talk about this. I'm going to tell you what I did. I thought it was one of my buddies playing games because I told guys I'm going to take the bush. And I called back Bob Calihan. God, strike me dead. I called the university. I said, I got a secretary, get someone on. Mr. Calihan, this is Dick Vitale. I said, I got a call from you. He said, yeah, I called you. I said, oh, I want to make sure it was legit because when he called me, he told me, you pay your own flight out there and we'll reimburse you when you get here. So I'm saying, maybe my buddies are screwing around. So I came here, did the interview, Steve Wall and his people. I come into Detroit, another unbelievable moment. I get out of the taxi, never been here. I open up the Free Press, and there's an article, headlines. Tom Villamure to be named coach at the University of Detroit tomorrow. You look at all the archives, you'll see that article.